So I'm now up to polishing session number 5, which means I'm about halfway. I've switched over to a rubber, which means I put an outer cover over my fad. I fill the polish in the fad and I use the rubber. The idea is the polish seeps out into the outer cover, and at least in theory it puts a little bit more even coating. So I'll do this for the next, well, however many polishing sessions I do. I've used over the years linen, muslin, t-shirt cotton. This is actually old diaper material, which I really like. By their nature, diapers are usually very, very good quality cotton. They can be readily washed 100 times. They're actually, and they're thin enough but thick enough. It's just a nice material. So I've been using it this year and enjoy it. This is the time now that we've already got a pretty good body coat going to start to really examine places that perhaps don't have enough polish on them and try to emphasize those areas, or places that have some standing scratches still visible. Try to fill those. For me on this style of guitar, it's always around the F-hole that I struggle a little bit to make sure I get enough polish in there and fill the sanding scratches. As the pad gets dry, I put a little bit more oil and polish on the fad inside and start again. But so far the pad isn't dry yet. As the pad begins to dry, I put more and more pressure, sort of a burnishing effect. I'm going to put a little bit more in now. My olive oil. Sometimes I'll use a drop or two of alcohol if I feel I need it, but at this point I'm just using oil and polish. Into my pad. As I said earlier, there are people who have a particular shape that they love, and that's fine. I tend to like to make it into a medium-sized ball like this. I can keep my hand sort of up over the piece so I don't accidentally scratch. And I sort of get to put more pressure with the full rubber. The disadvantage of the large rubber is there's small areas that you want to get into. Then I'm going to go back with a smaller pad or fad and get in those nicks and crannies and corners. And one of those areas, for example, I actually use this Q-tip and Obviously you're not French polishing with a Q-tip. I'm just covering it with shellac. But at this point, I'm examining the build. I'm trying to determine in my mind whether I need more polish, more alcohol, pumice. Probably the next session I will pumice again. I'm looking for any imperfections to see if I have any work that I have to fix. After I'm done, I'll look at it under different angles, especially when it dries. I know polishers who have all sorts of, as I said before, figure eights and whatever methods that they use. I know some people who say they do clockwise one way, counterclockwise the next time. I haven't found any of those to be better, but if they help you, go for it. I'm sure you can't see it on the video, but I am noticing that because I did the cross-grain sanding, there are nice sanding lines that are radial, and I think it's going to look kind of good. Give a little extra depth to the top. This guitar had an unusual history. I had a commission for it, 12, 13 years ago. I made about 3/4 of the guitar. The commission came to an end, sort of amicably, and I put the guitar away and didn't finish it. So I had it, mostly done. I had the body done without the binding. I had the neck separate from the body. I bound the guitar, I put the neck on, and decided I'd finish it. But what was interesting is this wood is aged on the guitar for 12, 13 years. I had the foresight to put a coat or two of shellac on the guitar just to protect it, but the wood definitely aged. There's a section under the neck, and I'm going to take a small cover, put some shellac on it, and get under the neck. It's not a very scientific method, but it works. This just gives it a little shellac for protection. Obviously nobody's looking underneath the neck. There may be better ways to do this. This is just what I do. So as I say, I'm really focusing in my mind right now. I'm thinking about how it's coming and what I'm going to do in the next polishing session. There's some imperfections I can see, and I'm deciding, are they going to fill in? Are they going to go away or get hidden a little bit? Or am I going to learn to live with them? Or do I have to fix them?